There are three mistakes you must avoid when buying an apartment so that you will not regret later buying that apartment. Number one, you will first of all know the type of garage in that apartment, in that building, because it is not all garage you can park a car that is using methanol. You cannot park car that is using diesel. You can only park car that is using fuel or electric car in some garage. I'm talking about garage now where you park your car under the building of the house. Not all garage like that can allow you park some certain cars. Like my friend that just bought an apartment, he later discovered that he cannot park his methanol car under in his own garage, in his own car park under the house. So we need to park his car outside, and he is staying in a city center. So getting space outside his house is often difficult. So immediately he come back from work, at times he will need to drive more than 30 minutes before he'll be able to see space and quickly go and rush and put his car there. So, and he is thinking of how to actually change that car. He bought that methanol car because of the distance between his house and his job. But because of the type of apartment he bought now, he will need to go and buy a new car that is using fuel so that he can be able to park in his garage under his house. So make sure you verify it, because it is not all garage that can take all type of car. Thank you. Number two mistake you must avoid buying an apartment in a building where you have a lot of old people that don't go to work anymore, pensioners. Because if you have children, they will start complaining and your children start playing in the house. Before you know, they will ring your bell, they will call police, they will call vigil that your children are making noise. In that case, your children will not be free. They will not be free to do what they want to do in that particular apartment. So, and the worst thing that can happen to anybody is for you to start having problem with your neighbors. That is the worst thing that can happen to any type of landlord or any type of tenant, because your neighbors happen to be your second Jesus in terms of emergency. So if you now buy an apartment where you have a lot of old people, before you know, you start quarreling, they are complaining about your children and all those things. So try and see if you can avoid such an apartment. Number three mistake you must avoid: make sure you ask for a copy of the rules and regulation of that condominium, of that building, before buying an apartment there. Because before you buy an apartment, that building has their own rules and regulation. There are some certain things you cannot do, so you need to know those things so that you will not regret later. There are some certain building you cannot leave your bicycle at the staircase. You cannot leave Pastor Gino, the one that you used to push your children, at the staircase. For instance, there's no lift in that house and you are staying, let's say, in third floor, and your wife want to go out. There's no way your wife can be carrying that Pastor Gino, the Carello now for children. Now, there's no way your wife can be taking it up, bringing it down. In some houses, they will just leave it by the step there. So some condominium, they don't want it to also be there. Some condominium, they don't allow you to do barbecue at the balcony. Some condominium, they don't allow you to do party. They don't allow you to play music in some certain hours. So although there's a fixed time whereby you can play music, you can also play music generally, but the condominium still have the power to modify and change their own time. They can fix their own time. So if you don't know those time or you don't know the rules and regulation, you just go and buy that house. Before you know, you start having problem with your neighbors, quarreling and all that. I've also seen somebody that had to pack out of the house because he could not cope with the rules and regulation of that condominium. So whether you are among the people that decide on that rule or not, immediately you buy that apartment, you must abide by those rules and regulations. Else, they can take you to court, and the court can also give you a sanction. They can give you a fine and also tell you not to do those things again. What about if it's not children making noise? Although there are some noise that is permittable, while there are also some noise that are not permittable. So your children can be making noise while your neighbor will just record it and they will use it as an evidence. It is also very possible. So avoid this three mistake when you want to buy an apartment. Make sure you share this video so that you get to as many people as possible. Thank you and God bless you.